Hello, this is Joe Navickas. I'm going to walk you through an exciting interactive game that you can play in your accounting classroom called Kahoot. So you want to go to the website getkahoot.com, and once you're there, you're going to create an account. And once you create an account, you're going to click on My Kahoots. And from here, this is where you could create different types of Kahoot quizzes for your students. You could also go to public Kahoots and look for ones that are available. So to make a Kahoot, it's very simple. You just click on New Kahoot down here at the bottom of the screen. And once you click on that, it'll bring you to, do you want to do a quiz, a discussion, or a survey? So not only can you use this as kind of an interactive quiz game with your students, you could have discussions, and you could also survey your students throughout the lesson to kind of get input and see where their thought process is. So here I pick quiz, and when you click on quiz, you just type in the name of your quiz and hit go, and from there then you just start creating your questions. So let's say I'm doing account classifications. I taught this and I want to get some fun feedback to see if everyone's getting it in the room. I could spend maybe 5 minutes doing a quick Kahoot quiz, either at the beginning of the period or the end of the period, and students love it. Basically, you just need a projector to project your laptop onto the screen, and students will then use their devices, either a smartphone, their laptop, they could use a Chromebook, an iPad, and so they're eventually going to just kind of log in and take the quiz live as a group. Kind of like when you go to a restaurant and people are playing interactive quiz games, it's basically the same concept as that, except it's way more fun doing this because it's all about accounting. All right, so here, example, you just type your question in, you give your answers, and then you hit correct, and then when you're done, you go on to add a question, or you could, when you're all done, you hit save and continue. So let's say I'm all done and I save and continue. I'm basically done and it's saved. I could preview it on how it's going to look, or I could hit play now. And when you hit play now, this will pop up on your projector. And so students, when they walk in the room, or if you want to do this at the end of the hour, here's the screen, and students basically just go to kahoot.it. So this is what they type in the browser for the web address, and then it's going to ask for a game pin, and they type in this game pin on their device, they put in their name, and then all the names will pop up here on the screen, and then as soon as everyone's in, you just hit start now, and it'll automatically then roll you through the quiz. Students can't get enough of this. My students really, once we do it for the first time, the next week they'll be asking, can we do it again? And it's a great way to check in with your students to see if they're getting the concepts. It's a great formative assessment tool because, you could kind of see where they're at. There's little pressure because it's not going to count against them if they do poorly, and yet they have a lot of fun. And students really are engaged in it because the top 5 or 6 scores and point totals will appear on the screen. So students are trying to get to the top, and they get the more points, the quicker they answer the question, and the correct they are with it, they get more points. So most of the questions are set to 1,000 points. So if they answer it right away and they answer it correctly, they get 1,000. If they wait a few seconds and take a little bit longer to answer it, but then they get it right, they might get 800 points. So students are really kind of trying to answer the question quickly, and they're very engaged doing it. And at the end, you get to see the results on how all the students did. And so that's kind of a good feature. And you could get in there and kind of mess around with it. But it's literally that simple. And your students will really enjoy playing this game in your classroom. All right, happy technology tool, and get after it and have some fun.